Hi everyone, going to be doing my Face of Australia products, go through and do little overviews and mini reviews of these items. Most of them I've either purchased myself, been given or been sent for review, so I'll mention that as I go along. All the items will be listed down below, plus the time ranges if you just want to skip forward and see a particular item. Just a little bit about Face of Australia. It is an Australian owned and operated brand. I believe it's under Ross Cosmetics. And also the products are marketed under, I think, Paul Duval Proprietary Limited. Straight off with one of my favourite products in the range, and this is the Face of Australia Expert Finish Mineral Foundation. This is actually one of my favourite mousse foundations. It's in the colour Honey. A little bit left, you can see there. Well, it matches my skin tone once it's blended in. I normally just use a stippling brush to apply my mousse foundations. I find that works the best over any other foundation brush, and this is very creamy, very soft and very silky, and you get 15 mils of product in this one. Can't remember the price off the top of my head. I think it's around about the $12 mark. My second favorite is this Face Base Primer. This is the Vitamin E and Chamomile. You get 50 mils of product. I love this because it's oil free. It's just a light white lotion consistency. You can sort of see that. And I find it blends in really well. Also moisturizes my face, because I do have dry patches on my cheeks, but around my oily T-zone it even works quite well there to sort of prime and prep my face for the makeup. It just takes a little bit to dry. And this is the Face Base Primer 3-in-1. This is the new black and silver packaging. It's also all free, primes, protects and moisturizes, smooth skin, prevents fading and locks in moisture. Again, 50 mils of product there. I also like the fact that this one is SPF 15, so I can use it as my sunscreen and also as a face primer and moisturizer. You can get Face of Australia products at a lot of different places. I normally get mine at Priceline, but you can get it at, I think, Kmart, Big W. Another one that I have is this one. It's the Face of Australia foundation. It's the Lasting Looks Natural Foundation, also SPF 15. So you can use this as your SPF for the face as well as your foundation. And you get 40 mils of product in this one. The colour that I've got here is Natural Ivory. It was the closest that I could find to match my shade. I think I got this one at Big W. You can see on my hand it looks a little bit light, but it actually blends out quite nicely. I wouldn't call this heavy coverage. I'd call it maybe light to medium coverage, just depending how you build it out. This is around the $11 mark. I will again put the prices down below. What I like about this range as well is that the price range is pretty good. I'll do some lip products. I've got 2 lipsticks here. The first one, I've actually got 2 of these. It's the Mineral Lip Shine, and this is the Starlight colour. And looks like that. Got both of them from Face of Australia. One was at a Bloggers Meet quite a while ago, and the other one was at the ABBW weekend, and both colours I got were Starlight. But I love it because this colour, you can wear it on its own as a nice frosty nude, you can see there, but you can also wear it over your matte coloured lipsticks. I like to mix it over my plums and my pinks. That way it gives a nice sort of frosted colour to it. It also helps to lighten up the colours and give a champagne sort of tint to them. You probably won't see this. You can sort of just see the sheen of it. You can also give a nice sheen to your lips as well. Let's see if I can just put it over the top on my lipstick. I don't even know which one I've got at the moment, but it just gives a nice little bit of a lot light. The next one has to be my favourite lipstick. This is the Lip Quench, and it's an SPF 30, so I love that. It's an SPF 30 for my lips, so I can protect, moisturise and colour my lips. I also love the packaging of this one. And this one is in Silver Rose, and this colour I absolutely love. I got this also at the ABBW weekend. It's right up my colour alley. It's a plummy colour, or plummy pink. I love these colours. Actually, I'll put it right over the top. Again, this is very creamy. It definitely goes with the name Lip Quench. It really does feel like a bit of moisture, a bit of hydration for my lips. It's got shea butter and jojoba oil, so definitely moisturising. Also protection from the sun for your lips as well. And the next 3 products are from the Mineral Therapy range. So I have the This is Illuminating Pearls, the Bronzing Pearls, and the Mineral Therapy Blush. Now these three products I actually got at the Australian Bloggers Weekend. There was a masterclass given by Face of Australia, and it was Tina Fey, the managing director of Face of Australia. So it was really interesting. We learned a little bit about the company. We got to see the products in action. There was a demo there from, I think it was Karen, one of the makeup artists, but I'll put all those details down below as well. And also to my blog where I mentioned that, and it was really, really fascinating, but it was fun to actually get to play with the products as well. This is the Illuminating Pearls. And as you can see, it's got all the different colour, all the colour correctors. It's got, I suppose, white or frost. It's got off-white, it's got green, it's got purple, it's got pink. The idea being it's to nurture and illuminate your complexion. It's oil-free, which is a bonus for me. It's fragrance-free and talc-free as well. You get the little brush in here. I have to be honest, I did try using the brush at the masterclass and since, but I really don't like to use the brush. I find that even though it's quite soft, it's still a little bit stiff, and it's really not the type of brush I want to use on my face. I just use I have more fun using my other brushes. But I also took the bronzing one on holiday with me, and it worked fine to use it. So it's good if you just want to use it as a travel, when you're traveling and you don't want to take other brushes. But as an everyday use, I wouldn't use my normal brushes. But the idea being is you take off the top there, and you can actually work your brush straight on the ball, so you're just really mixing around. You get all the different colours correct and also illuminate your skin. But very, very pretty colours. Also very, very soft, surprisingly soft, and you honestly don't need a lot of product. I just do one light swish around in there, and you can see that there's heaps of product coming. But once you work it around onto your skin, can't even really see it on there. It blends in straight away, and you're just left with a nice sort of sheen to your skin. Not large sparkles. It doesn't have large glittery sparkles. It just leaves a nice sort of light frost, a light bit of illumination to your skin. And I only use it around, say, the tops of my cheekbones, my forehead, a little bit down my nose, and maybe on my brow bones. Next one is the Bronzing Pearls. Again, same sort of thing with this. You get the brush on there, you get the little cup that you lift off, and you've got the bronzing balls. They're also different colours. You've got more like a chocolatey brown, you've got pinky brown, or sort of more coppery tones. So it's not just one straight colour. And again, they're very, very soft, very, very silky feeling. Again, you only need the tiniest amount. I have to use a little bit more so you can see it on camera. But there's just really nice. And it actually is a really pretty bronze. Once you mix it in, it's not that really reddy or orangey bronze. It's a beautiful brownie taupe colour, at least to my eye. But you get the really nice goldy sheen to it. I only use the tiniest amount because I'm obviously just bronzing with it, not contouring. So I just use a little bit to sort of give myself a little bit of bronze and a little bit of highlight. Honestly though, I do prefer matte bronzers to give myself that natural radiance. And this is very shimmery. I only need a little bit. Also use it on my legs, but just down the middle of the legs, again where the light would naturally hit. Next is the nail colour, really pretty pink, and it's the Colour Pro Triple Action Nail Enamel. It's actually the only Face of Australia now, but it's the colour Call Me. Really pretty pink, 3 free. It's the toluene free, formaldehyde free, and dibutyl phthalate free. Whew! But yeah, beautiful frosty pink. Let's see. I'll just swatch it straight on. Now I'll just do it on my. I've actually got on China Glaze's China Glaze glitter one, but it doesn't matter. It's actually really only one coat of work done, or what I could get on my brush. And as you can see, it's managed to cover even the glitter on there, but it's a really pretty frosty pink. It dries quite quickly, so I really like that. Now the price, again, I'll put down below, but that is definitely a really pretty everyday. This one's actually, again, what I got at the masterclass at the ABW weekend. This is one of the newer ones. It's the Colour Max eyeshadow palette in Goldmine. And no surprise, being Goldmine, it does have sort of more natural, neutral, goldy colours. So we have, start off with the gold, very pretty frosty gold. It's also got a nice champagne beige colour up the top, which you can use. It's got a nice taupey matte brown, which is very silky. I really like that one. It's probably my favourite out of there. And then a nice shimmery or satin brown down the bottom. Let's just do one swipe. Gold and the brown. You can see there they're fairly pigmented. Of course the dark brown is the most pigmented. It comes off the most obvious. But the one that I find that works in the best is actually that matte taupey brown and that gold. They blend really nicely. I have played around with them on my eyes. And on the back it does have suggestion how you can apply it. It's up to you. But of course you've got the champagne colour you can use as your brow bone or your highlight. The dark brown colour you can use as your crease, or either of them as your crease or a liner around the eye. And again the lighter colour around your eye. The gold can be your all over colour, etc. It just depends on what you want to do. I really like, and you can see that the palette's actually really pretty. It's sort of indented. You can see that. This is the Face of Australia Opulent Eyes. And this, as you can see, a very frosty or a very smoky, silvery palette. It's called Endless Nights. This one I got at the Bloggers Meet. You can see. Oh, I don't know why I leave that in there. There's the applicator in there. It's actually stuck in. So I'll just take it out. I don't use the applicators generally. I just like to use my own ones. Honestly, the only colours I've actually used on my eye is this nice silver, and this, it's actually a blue. On my camera, hopefully it comes off. It's a beautiful dark navy frosted colour, lid colour, and the navy was my sort of crease colour, and I sort of tried to smoke it out a little bit and blend it. And I used a bit of this white as my highlight and in the corner of my eye. Very nice frosted colours, very pigmented. See if I can do the whole one swipe. You can see there. So a nice pigmentation. They're all shimmery, so there's no matte ones in this one. But you could definitely do a lot of different looks. Like you just obviously do very frosted, very silvery looks. You could work your way into more smoky looks. I also have another big favourite, which is the liquid eyeliner. I love liquid eyeliners, and this again is one of my top ones. I have actually mentioned this in quite a few of my favourites. I just use the black one, but I just love the handle on this, and I love the actual applicator. It's a very, very fine tipped one, if you can see that. So of course you can get either a very, very fine line, or if you press down, the brush fans out, and you get a much thicker line there. So you can basically work from really in the corners right out to the outer edge, get a nice wider line, and then end with a really beautiful or fine wing, or up to you. But I love that you can do that with this one. And also the formula in this one lasts all day. I've used it in jobs where I've worked all day and then I've gone out. It hasn't smudged, it hasn't run, it hasn't ended up under my eye, and it dries fairly quickly. So that's, you can see, oh, rub in the right direction, dries really quickly without smudging. So I love that. And this I think is around about the $8.95 mark. Also got a single shadow. This is in the colour Jasper. It's a lovely taupey brown, or shimmery frosty taupey brown. See there. I've had this for quite a while. I honestly haven't seen it in the shops lately, so I'm not sure if this is still in the current line. But if you can still get it, as a beautiful brown. It's along the lines of MAC Satin Taupe, not a dupe, definitely, but it is along those lines if you like those sorts of browns. So as you can see there, it's just a nice soft brown, very blendable, very workable, a nice soft colour, and you get a nice sort of, it's not hugely pigmented as you can see, but it just blends in nicely to give a nice gentle brown sheen to your eyes, and I use it as a crease colour. And you get 3 grams of product. This one's made in China, and I think, or I believe I paid about the $8 mark when I got this. The next thing we've got cleansers, and these are wipes. You get 25 wipes, the purifying cleansing wipes. Just your standard face wipe. It's your standard face wipe. That's basically how big it is there. So that's enough to cut. That's enough. I just wanted to cleanse my whole face, my neck, décolletage, turn it over, and do my eyes. And it's removed waterproof makeup for me, liquids, powders, etc. Just fine. Just fine. These ones are made in China. They've got castor oil, but they are alcohol free, so I do like that. For me, I haven't had any reaction using these, but my skin isn't particularly sensitive. Hasn't made my skin any more oily or any drier since I've been using the makeup. But I'll just show you that's the liner. It's definitely set, as you can see. And I'll just do one swipe. And you can see it comes off really easily and nice and clean. Another cleanser is the Gentle Makeup Remover. It's the liquid, as you can see. I'll just get in closely. Hopefully you can see the two liquids, the two formulation. Oh, sorry, the two liquids. It's a dual phase formula. When you go to use it, obviously you would shake it up, and it's got the twist top with the dropper. And I normally just use a couple of drops on a flat or the cotton pad to remove my makeup, and it just wipes off really easily. You get 125 mils of product, and I think this is about the $8.95 mark. But I actually got this at a blog or a swap meet. It was basically new, but I've used probably about that much in about maybe 9 or so months. I've used it on and off, but it lasts forever. It's been gentle on my skin, haven't had any effects to it. The ingredient here is water. It's got the cornflower extract, glycerin, glycol. It does have alcohol. It's got benzyl alcohol, but it is oil free and paraben free. And it's made in Australia. So that's that one. On the rest of that makeup, and I've got some eyeshadow and the liner. This is just a bit of rolled up tissue paper. Just a couple of drops. There we go. I wasn't pressing down hard enough, but just wipes off and just leaves a nice sort of clean fragrance. It does feel, I wouldn't say oily, but it does leave a slickness to the skin, or a very moisturising feel to the skin. And last but not least is this mini mousse in the colour Violet Delight, which definitely describes, it's a really pretty purple. It's just got the little squeezy tube. You've got to be careful not to squeeze too hard or you get too much product. You only need the littlest amount, and it blends out really smoothly, very, very creamy. You don't get a whole lot of colour payoff. You can try and build it up, but then you end up using more and more product on the lid. But you just get a really nice gentle sheen of colour to the lid. You get 10 mils, so it's a fair amount for a little tube, and they're only about, I think, $3.95, $4.95, a good price point for that amount of cream or liquid shadow. But it does say long-lasting whipped eye colour for subtle or bold styles. So, I mean, you can build it up, but I find that I'm using too much to get a decent colour payoff. Water and crease proof with a light powder finish. Definitely does give that sort of soft finish. I do find it does take a while to sort of dry to give that powder finish, because it's still tacky. And that is pretty much everything. So hopefully you found some products in there you'd like to try, or if you have tried some of the products or other ones that I haven't mentioned, please leave a comment down below, some feedback, some questions, and don't forget to rate.